Hi, my name is Parker Odell, and this is my speech about drunk driving in the United States. Okay. After the National Minimum Drinking Age Act of 1984 was passed, seniors in high school reported driving while under the influence of alcohol 48% less, only 4 years after the bill was passed. The percentage dropped from 31.2 to 16.3 among seniors in high schools across the nation, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. According to the Washington Examiner, in 2021, Democratic Representative Todd Rutherford announced that he was going to pre-file legislation that would lower the drinking age in his home state, South Carolina, to 18. In this speech, I'm going to tell you why Rutherford's filings are straight up a terrible idea and how it came to be that the drinking age is 21. In 1982, 9.1 people out of 100,000 who died in a car crash were involved in the car crashes involved someone under the influence of alcohol. Today, that number in 2018 has lowered to a dramatic 3.2, according to responsibility.org. If the drinking age were to decrease very well like it was in the past, we could very well see a return to that higher number of fatalities. A few years ago, my sibling was at a party. She decided to go home with a friend instead of herself, thinking she was responsible because she knew she had some alcohol in her system. But what she didn't know was that her friend was also under the influence. The driver crashed the car, but thankfully no one was hurt. I can only imagine what would have happened if the road home was busier or the driver was speeding when they crashed. The experience pushed me to learn more about drunk driving and how to prevent it. Imagine you're driving late at night and you pass through a busy neighborhood on your way home, and then out of nowhere, bang, another vehicle crashes into you from behind, or potentially injuring anyone in the back seat or yourself. Many of us have been in car crashes and know how dangerous and how scary they can be. First, I'm going to talk about why drunk driving is so dangerous, then discuss why the age limit for alcohol was increased to 21 in 1984, and then finally why it's a deadly idea to attempt to reduce that age limit. Everyone knows, firstly, that alcohol can impair your coordination and make thinking and moving around difficult. But what exactly causes this effect? Well, according to AmericanAddictionCenters.org, in the short term, alcohol slows down chemical transport and pathways in the brain that control your body. This can cause an alteration in your mood, coordination, reflexes, making it evident why it's so dangerous and so illegal to drive while you're under the influence. And according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, around 30% of all fatal car crashes, nearly a third, in the U.S. involve drunk drivers. That means out of every possible situation, around a third of them involve a drunk driver. In 1984, then-President Ronald Reagan signed into law the National Minimum Drinking Age Bill, which, as we all know, increased the age limit to drink 21 nationwide. And according to presidency.ucsb.org, President Reagan explained this decision by stating that people in the 18 to 20 age group were the most likely to be in alcohol-related events compared to any other age group. At this point, many states had already adopted the 21 age limit, such as states like New Jersey, Michigan, Illinois, and more had decreases in teenage driving fatalities from 20% to over 30%. But some ask, why is the age limit specifically 21? They might say, if I'm old enough to vote, pay taxes, get married, or join the military, I should be able to drink. But studies show that drinking under the age of 21 is not only dangerous when you're on the road for other drivers, but also dangerous for your long-term health. According to MAD.org, teens who get intoxicated at an average rate double that of an adult. And according to AmericanAddictionCenters.org, drinking can increase your risk for cardiomyopathy, arrhythmia, high blood pressure, addiction, stroke, liver failure, among other conditions, and increases your risk. And your risk to be involved in a car crash increases substantially, according to Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services. Not only do these facts show that alcoholism can be a danger to yourself, but also to those around you, especially in the road. Firstly, I talked about the dangers of drinking and driving, and then I discussed what was done to combat it, and then explained why the age limit is specifically 21 and the overall danger of alcohol in young people, and why we must keep the age limit as it is. Mr. Rutherford is not the first to oppose the minimum drinking law, and he will definitely not be the last. But it's important to remember the dangers of drinking and driving and how its prevention has saved thousands of lives. At the beginning of the speech, I talked about the dramatic decrease in car crashes involving drivers under the influence. But to put that into perspective for you, I want you to remember that according to Mothers Against Drink Driving, or MAD.org, more than 25,000 lives have been saved because of the 21 Minimum Legal Drinking Age Act. Thank you. That was my speech.